Ah, so nice. Some sunshine at last.
I thought it would take years and years, so it's like a lifetime goal to have some passive income so I can look after my daughter without having financial stress. I achieved that goal within 12 months. It's just on the open market, nobody sees the potential. It's a very triangular size, it's a big constraint. Nobody saw 6 flats and will have a net profit of over 1 million. This is the type of projects I like to do.
Going crazy, then they quiet like a church mouse. Land up with the customs that we never get to get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. So today we are filming in lovely Wimbledon on this lovely sunny day, and we are visiting a property developer on site. We're visiting Xuan Meng from Cozy Hauze. So she's just recently started to do new build developments, and she's got an interesting setup with her business. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting her and finding out all about her journey. Oh, hey. Hey, good, how you doing? Good to see you. Wow, it's impressive.
Hello, dude.
The PPE.
Yeah, you didn't bring your own?
No.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Xuan, what are we looking at here?
So there was a bungalow before, and we got the planning to demolish, and now we're building a block of 6 flats.
Wow, okay. So I've got to ask you, your accent isn't from around here, so where are you originally from?
Excuse me, my English is perfect.
English is perfect. No, your English is perfect. Where are you originally from?
I'm from a Chengdu, city called Chengdu. It's a very, very big city, actually 13 million people, but few people have heard about it. It's
Okay.
in China,
Yeah.
and it's the only place you can find the panda bears. So if you speak to a panda,
yeah.
it sounds like me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And when did you move here?
I moved here in 2010. So I used to work in investment fund. My first job was in Luxembourg, but my big boss, like head of EMEA,
Yeah.
moved me here because he wants me closer to him.
Oh, wow. Is that all right? Does it look funny? Huh? Huh? What's going on?
It's too high on your head.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it make it bigger and pull it down. Yeah.
I've got a fat head as well. What is it? Just pull that.
Yeah, because it's no, it's like.
As I struggle to put my helmet on, what's the story? What's the story behind you transitioning from finance background to property development?
Actually, when I was pregnant with my baby, I
Yeah.
even thought about becoming a housewife because from my Chinese background, that's not just something I was always taught. Women focus more on the home side. But very soon, I think, fortunately and unfortunately, after my baby daughter was born, I realized because of some issues with my ex and stuff, that was not going to happen. So I was looking for a job that I can look after my baby girl, and while also provide for her financially, and the property was the answer for me. It was very, very scary at the time, but now looking back, I think it was the best thing that has ever happened for me, for my family, and for my little girl.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, can you tell us a bit about that early days? Like, what was your first development?
My first development was just a 6-bed HMO.
Yeah.
And to be honest, when I first started, I was not a very good place. You can imagine I have just given birth, and I discovered, not a very sad things about my ex, etc. And I realized, okay, my dream life, I couldn't go down that route. I have to, rethink and take another path.
Yeah.
So it was very, very scary. And at that time, I didn't have much confidence. I didn't know really what I was doing. And all I wanted is just some steady income so I can look after my daughter. So my dream at that time was to build 3 HMOs because I did my numbers. 3 HMOs is not going to cover my cost. And I thought it would take years and years. So it's like a lifetime goal. I would like to have some passive income covering my cost so I can look after my daughter without having financial stress.
Yeah.
But it was very funny, like I achieved that goal within 12 months.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And the first 3, the 3 in 1
Yeah.
year. How did you fund those? Was that
Actually, it was mostly my own money. So I remortgaged my house. So my first ever construction project was actually my house. So I bought a house which is not a good condition, and we redid everything. So there is a bit of equity in there. So we remortgaged my house. I had a flat in central London as well before we moved into the house. So I sold that. So I raised about 500,000 cash, and that's basically the money that I start with. But with all my HMOs, because we do planning quite well, I never buy consented site. We do planning, we do construction, etc. The value increased so much that I never leave a penny in any deal. Yeah. So that's allowed me to do 3 HMOs very quickly.
So property development is often seen as a male-dominated industry, and traditionally when someone pictures a property developer, they may not envision someone like you. Has that been a challenge in any way for you?
No. I actually perceive it as a benefit.
Do you?
I know there are some challenges with females being in this industry, but I speak from my personal experience, right? I've never felt discriminated. And I feel like everyone, because they see me, I'm a female, I come from another country, I have zero background, I don't have a dad or a partner who is in development. And also I'm a single mom, I look after a little girl. When people say that, they give me so much support. I think, to be honest, the people, the men, and overall the people in this industry, they are ready to welcome women. Yeah. Sometimes I think maybe it's some ladies have a bit of limiting mindset. Everywhere I go, I think because I'm a girl, I'm a woman, I actually get beneficial treatment and more doors open for me. So actually last year I won some award. I'm part of like a network event group, and I was the only woman in that group because their requirements is quite high, the entry requirement. Yeah. And there are about 40 full members, and I'm the only woman. And all of the 40 members, male members, they voted unanimously for me to be the developer of the year. And some of them genuinely do much bigger stuff than me. So the guy who voted for me, who nominated me initially, he does 900 units a year. Wow. So I genuinely feel seen, and I feel really grateful for their recognition and for their support.
Yeah, okay, great. And so you've now transitioned, I can see you've transitioned from the smaller HMOs to new build developments. So that's quite exciting, isn't it?
It is, but I still like my HMOs.
Yeah.
As you know, the market is not great at the moment.
No.
Sometimes with sales and stuff, it's quite difficult. I know this is exciting, and I'll tell you a bit more about this project. But I still do HMOs. So we have 9 projects dotted around. About 40% is still HMO, and 50% are new build houses, flats, and conversions. And HMO is like my bread and butter, risk-free. Yeah. And when you finish, I spend so little time on HMO. So when I look at the return on time, actually my HMO still is the highest, and I can churn out so many every year. And when you finish, you don't need to worry about sales because you just remortgage. Yeah. So money go in and out within 12 months.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice and simple.
That's nice. It's a nice
profit is higher on those.
Yes.
But it takes longer and higher risk. Yeah. And sometimes you look at annual profit. Yeah. It's not that huge difference.
No. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. The numbers have to work, obviously. Okay. Shall we go and have a look at what you're doing here?
Yes. So this location is brilliant. It's very, very close to my own house, so I know the market so well. Yeah. And I initially bought this. It was a really rundown bungalow. I bought it for 860, no planning, etc. And we obtained planning within 5 months of completing it. And now we have finished the foundation, and we are working actually upwards quite nicely.
So you said there was a bungalow here. Was that just an on-market deal? It wasn't like an off-market deal. It wasn't direct to vendor. It was just something you found on the open market?
Yes, exactly. My core strength is planning. Yeah. Because you know, I'm from the investment background. Actually, for me, construction is not a strength for me. I'm very good at numbers, and I'm very good at studying paperwork. So when I got to this industry, I decided I need to have a core strength, right? And it can't be construction, and it has to be planning. And I find the planning to be the most complex and rewarding part of the whole life cycle for development. And when I sell a property, I just have that special power, and I can see the end scheme. So nobody, it's just on the open market, nobody sees the potential because you can see walk around, it's a triangular size, it's a bit constrained. Nobody saw 6 flats here. No. So we did the planning, and actually we do all that planning work in-house as well to control the quality and risk. Within 5 months, we got the planning approved, and the value increased from 800 to 1.3 million when they did the valuation for development finance.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a really good achievement. You did take a bit of a risk though in that method. Like you weren't guaranteed to, like when you purchased the site, when you made the offer, you weren't guaranteed to get planning. So I don't know. You took a bit of a gamble, right?
No, I don't take
Oh,
gamble.
did you? How did you structure the purchase?
Okay.
Did you? Was it a delayed completion?
Nope,
or?
nope. It's always calculated risk. I'm really glad you asked me this question because I have a little trick here. So for me, right, I don't quite often do option agreement or exchange and delayed completion. Not because I don't think they're not good. It's just because the area I operate in. You know, this is Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Every other owner is a lawyer, accountant. They're quite switched on. It's actually very, very difficult to do an option agreement here. For example, this side, yes, you can potentially do an option agreement. The person selling it to me is a lawyer. She asked 200,000 more for the price for option agreement. So if I do option, yes, it reduces my risk, but I have to pay so much more money.
Yeah, you have to pay a premium.
Yeah, so I was thinking, can I not pay that premium, but still manage my risk? So what I have decided I do it across all my projects. So I got the offer agreed, and the moment the offer agreed, I start work on the pre-app. Actually, with my in-house team, we almost submitted the pre-app within 1 week of offer agreed. Not the detailed stuff, but the outline scheme. And we pay the council, we get into the queue. And then while the project is queuing to have a pre-app meeting, usually takes about 2 months. My team will work on all the detailed drawings, everything, all the reports. And then we will submit all of that to the case officer before the pre-app meeting. And then we have the pre-app meeting. And if the pre-app meeting, the result is really negative, we don't proceed. You know, we haven't really exchanged.
No.
If the result is positive, or with some feedback we can deal with, we proceed.
Right.
So that's how we manage our risk. And why pre-app is because pre-app is private, so the owner can't see it.
No, they can't.
Otherwise, they'll increase my price.
But isn't there a risk that the property could be sold to someone else in that time?
No, because it only takes me 3 months. You know, in this market, very standard conveyancing takes 3 months. It takes 3 months for everybody to buy anything, let alone a development site. And that's why I'm so grateful towards my planning team. I actually hired 12 architects, draftsmen, CGI specialists, and planning consultants now. So we do all that in-house.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if I don't have this in-house team, I will not be able to hit that, that timeline.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. We have a similar kind of setup in our office as well. We have our own in-house team of architects and designers as well. So completely understand the benefits of acting fast and quickly to get your applications in, at least during the offer periods.
But the reason we have so many is because actually we don't do just our own projects. We do external for external clients. So we currently have about 20 projects. Like most of them are actually external. Last year I was at MIPIM, actually what hedge fund was trying to buy this part of the business. I said no.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's great. Wow. A hedge fund trying to buy your business. That's a good position to be in. So you get your feedback, the pre-app feedback before exchanging.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of still in that offer period, right?
Yeah.
For a size of this scheme, when you're kind of looking at slightly bigger than this, it can maybe take a little bit longer.
But that's why it's so good as well, because not only it helps us manage the risk, it helps us with the timeline.
Yeah.
Because you imagine by the time, right, we our standard SOP is on the day of exchange, the full planning goes in. So we do most of that design and stuff during the pre-app stage. We have that pre-app meeting, we get the feedback, and we update based on all the feedback.
Yeah.
And the day we exchange, when
Yeah.
the site is fully secured, the full application goes in.
Yes.
And the officer has seen it. The feedback has already been taken into consideration. So usually,
Yeah,
3-4 months time,
Yep.
it gets approved,
Yeah.
and we can start.
Yes.
And this scheme, I'm so proud of my team. We didn't even have pre-commencement conditions.
Wow.
Because most of the conditions are quite standard. So for example, if you get 10 conditions,
Yes.
I bet 7 of them appear again.
Yeah.
So for the ones we are sure they are going to put in there, at the planning stage, we already submit all the details,
the
like
details and reports.
landscaping,
Yeah.
being cycle,
Yeah.
everything. So there is no condition.
Yes.
And sometimes when there is 1 or 2 condition, they put in there as pre-commencement, but we didn't expect. We try to negotiate with them.
Yeah,
So-
during the determination period, when they send you the draft conditions, you negotiate, and try and eliminate
Yeah.
as many of the pre-commencement conditions as possible, so you can start on site. Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
That's the best way of doing it.
Yeah, this one only has a ground up conditions.
Pre-ground up. Yeah. So that's good because it's always important to act quickly, to move quickly once you have finance in place, because the clock starts ticking, and you don't want to incur huge costs and interest. So you need to kind of move quickly. So you line up all your ducks in place. So once you complete on the purchase, you can start. No, great.
Yes, sir, exactly.
So 6 flats here, and what's the plan with this development? What's the
Okay.
exit strategy?
So this one, you just walk in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Quite straightforward. And the plan is to sell them because this, for certain stuff with very high yield, like my HMOs and stuff, I quite often keep them for yield, for rental income. But for this, it does not make sense to keep because it's such a high value area. And if the current stress testing, I have to retain so much money. You wouldn't be able to borrow much. And it's a very high-end area. It's not nice to rent anyway. So they'll be definitely for sale. And probably we're trying to aim for October.
Okay. When did you start?
We started end of December.
That's quite a good turnaround. Yeah,
I know.
it's not bad.
I have a very, very good contractor. Here.
Oh yeah. All right.
She's really, really good.
Yeah. Should we have a look at this a bit more?
Yes. So here.
So
this is
what's the schedule of accommodation here?
So this is a 2-bedroom flat,
Yeah.
and with a back garden,
Yeah.
and upstairs is the same, and
Yeah.
that is a 3-bedroom flat again with garden, and this 2 flat, this one does not have a balcony, but that one has a balcony because that part you overlook the allotment,
Yeah.
so you don't overlook your neighbor's garden. And then we have 2 smaller units upstairs. The total GDV based on the development finance valuation is 3.1, and we bought the site for 800 and something. Planning cost is really not high because we do everything in-house.
Yeah.
And now the total construction cost is going to be about £1 million. We have regular shipment coming from China as well for second fix material. That's one way of us controlling cost. So this little project, end to end, hopefully it's 18 months.
Wow.
And we'll have a net profit of over 1 million. This is the type of projects I like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in this market, we're still trying to hit 30% profit on GDV. We try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's due to the planning uplift. Yeah, that's good. Just on the numbers again, how much equity do you have tied up
Zero.
in this? 0? Okay.
I will tell you.
Tell our viewers how you did this.
Okay, let the accountant tell you the numbers. I love
Yeah.
numbers. Sorry, I'm an accountant.
Our
accountant.
viewers love the numbers as well, so yeah.
So I initially spent about over 200,000 equity on this
Yeah.
because the purchase price was 865 and I paid some stamp duty, etc. But what has happened is within a few months, I think I told you I got the planning, right? And then I'm moving from bridging to development finance, and development finance come to do the valuation.
Yeah.
And they valued the site at 1.3 million
Yeah.
post planning.
Yeah.
So you can imagine there is a significant, it's about 500,000 planning gain. So when they decide how much money they want to lend to me, they calculate loan to value.
Yes.
They actually gave me almost 200K back.
Yeah.
They gave me 100 and something back. So for a scheme like this with 1 million profit, 3 million GDV. I have about less than 100K when I was calculating, less than 100K tied up equity. So they actually gave me a chunk of money when we started the building works.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so it's if you sequence things correctly in the right order and use the planning system, the planning gain, and understand the development finance process, you can structure deals in ways where you put little of your own money in.
That's why I love planning so much.
Yeah,
it's something I'm good at.
Yeah. I mean, you're in quite a good London borough, I guess, with the local authority here. We're in Islington at the moment, and they are horrible. I've got a love-hate relationship with planning and planners.
Me too. But the more difficult it is, and when you win, it feels better. And I nearly took Saturn to court.
Did you?
Yeah. I hired a planning barrister and all of those, I got the head of services calling me and apologize and begging me to withdraw the freedom of information request.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I work with Kingston as well. They are really bad. They are in presumption.
Yeah.
I work with them. But sometimes, I feel like you can complain about planning.
Yeah.
But France and UK, similar economic output. Why our housing prices are much higher? I think it's because of planning. It's so hard.
Yeah.
So planning also gives you uplift, help you reduce risk if you know how to play it, and actually prop up the property price in a way as well.
Yeah.
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 There is a strategy, right? You buy a site, you get a planning, and you sell it. If planning is very, very easy, this strategy wouldn't exist.
You've mentioned you come from a finance background rather than a construction background. But after many years of doing developments, how would you say your construction knowledge is? How would you say your construction knowledge is now?
You want the truth?
Yeah, go on.
Not so great.
Not so good.
I hire good people.
Yeah, so I can see here on this project you have hired a contractor. So that's your model, yeah. You use a main contractor to build out.
Combination. So this is a ground-up project,
Yeah.
of course, with high risk and stuff, and it's like on main road, health and safety, everything is very important. So this one is main contractor. But for some of the other projects, like my HMOs, I do it day in and day out. We do have an in-house team as well. I have a combination. I'm not very good with construction, but I hire a full-time interior designer. I have QSs, I have project manager working for me. They are like fully qualified QSs, architects, and all that. I truly believe that you can't be good at everything. No. Me trying to spend time trying to be an average construction person, I might as well dedicate this and focus on planning, numbers, finding the projects, finding the investors and all that.
Yeah. With your Chinese background, are you using any of your Chinese connections to help out with the construction, with the materials on this site?
I use everything. I leverage everything to my advantage. Come on, the market is hot.
Yeah.
So because of my Chinese background, I have access to some quite cheap Chinese materials. We order it from China and they get shipped over. And my network, I have investors, from China. They are actually really, really good investors. It's a bit like similar culture. I think you would understand. The Chinese people, they really like saving. They usually, even I don't know how, even if they have an average job, they always have 100, 2,000, 300,000 in the bank account. I don't know why.
Wow.
And they always think about how to make the money work and stuff. So I do have a lot of Chinese investors investing in various projects, etc. And on top of that, you can see my main contractor is Chinese. I don't just use things that are Chinese. I use things that are most efficient, best quality, and help me build my business.
Just on using things to your advantage, your business setup is quite unique, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you've got your back of house team based in the Philippines to help with your developments over here?
Run.
Wrong.
It's not the back of house, it's everything.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Can you?
So we actually, usually it's not a news. People use virtual assistants nowadays, right? But you call them virtual assistants. Most people just outsource the most boring stuff to the Philippines or to India. But for our business, we actually banned the word virtual assistant because they're not virtual assistant. They are team members, staff based in different locations. And also, even our most value-adding activities are in the Philippines. So not just the admin, like entering Excel sheets, data entry, no. Property management, finance, planning. Even planning is based, everybody I was telling you earlier, we do our planning in-house. We have like 20 different clients and 30 different client projects at the moment. They are all done out of the Philippines.
That's amazing.
I think I have 12 people, the team of architects, draftsmen, planning consultants, CGI specialist, and the SAP engineer. So actually for my thing or for our client, everything gets done in one place. You don't have to run around as a developer, coordinate the planning consultant. The planning consultant said, change the facade material, and then you run to the CGI, change. You run to the architect, can you please change?
No.
You run to the SAP guy, can you please recalculate? No, we do all that together. That saves us a lot of time.
And are they qualified to UK standards?
So what is it is because the staff cost is quite low there, so we already hire the best people. So from the best universities, the smartest people with the relevant professional background. So I give you my SAP engineer as an example. So he's a fully qualified building service engineer, like plumber, electrician, all that in the Philippines. And then after he joins us, there's a very extensive program for training and stuff. For example, he does our SAP. So I purchased the SAP course. So actually after COVID, luckily, every training course is online nowadays. So I just purchased the SAP course. He does the whole SAP course as if a UK person with plumbing background or sustainability background would do. And he'll pass all the exams, get the qualification, and then he'll do all of our SAP calculations.
That's amazing.
Can you imagine I have 6 units here? I need 6 SAP for planning. And I need 4 as-built, and quite often, you amend things. So you probably need SAP 3 times because at the planning stage, you change stuff. So it just the cost of me doing SAP on this one project is enough for that guy's whole year salary. And he also does all my other schemes. He does things for the clients, and also he sits on at the call to call Thames Water for 5 hours when needed. I don't hire utility consultant either because he does all that. So it's amazing. Even construction team is based in the Philippines. So I only have a project manager, an interior designer, and a QS here, 3 people. But I have another 2 QSs sitting in the Philippines in the construction team. The 2 QS, 1 QS sits in the office, basically ordering everything. Come grab lorry, come escape. Silco, can you do this? Travis Perkins, can you do this? Jusons, can you do this? So she basically sits in front of the computer, ordering everything for us, comparing the price. I'm sure there are times you look at the price, you know that you should compare. You can get somewhere cheaper, but you don't have time. You are tired. You want to get on with it. You just, okay, Travis Perkins charging me 10% more, but just do it. But I have someone full-time doing that.
Just checking,
And I have another lady, her name is Katie. She does my development finance. You probably noticed my projects. Compared to most developers or compared to you, I have more projects in terms of numbers, but they are smaller projects each. So you can imagine from admin point of view, actually I have more hustle than you. Because even our project is smaller, you still go through the same momentum. And so I have actually currently 5 dev finance to manage, development finance. And all those communication, cash flow, drawdown.
It takes time.
I have a full-time QS in the Philippines, just do this.
Just doing that.
Like
that's amazing.
This one, we needed to buy the right of light insurance. So today she's getting all the quotes, getting the reports and doing all that. I don't need to do it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Do they all work remotely, or is there like a single, is there an office space that everyone works from?
Well, I think someone else can answer the question better. Come, Kyla.
Oh, hey,
So this is Kyla. She's my marketing specialist. So all the content you see we create on social media is done by this lovely girl. So to answer your question, they are everywhere.
Yeah.
There's some are even in London. So Kyla is here on a secondment.
Yeah.
So just for a few months for training purposes. So I take them here. I pay for their visa, accommodation, everything. So they can come here and learn and get to know our London team, how things are done in London. So she can do marketing more meaningfully. Actually, at the same time, we have a property manager here as well. And we have a QS here. So every given time, we have 3 girls coming here purely for the purpose of training.
Right.
And in the Philippines, we actually don't have an office because I'm not sure if you know about Manila. The traffic is horrible. They don't have a single underground line. So it's all jeepney and there's some overground train. So for little Kyla to go to office, it takes about 2 hours one way.
No.
So actually, when we hire, like allow them to work from home, it's a huge plus.
Right.
It's like someone will value it so much. So that's why we get the best talent as well.
Okay.
So we do create a lot of opportunities for them to meet each other and build the team culture. Tell them.
Today, actually, our Philippine team has a family day happening there in the Philippines. So it's just a way for us to, aside from our rest day, it's a way for us to bond together, the whole Philippine team, because we all work remotely. And as a Cozy Hauze family, we want to strengthen that bond to help build and develop great projects. So initiatives like this is something that we really appreciate, that Xuan provides for us to just connect with each other and get to know more on our teamwork and everything.
I'm a bit jealous. They are having lunch, dinner, and watching
are.
Captain America right now, and I'm here with you.
That's amazing. You're not enjoying this?
I enjoy Captain America a little bit more.
Captain, a little more. So do you think more developers could benefit from some kind of remote support system like you?
Definitely.
And were there challenges in setting it up as well?
Yes, there are a lot of challenges, but I think if you can overcome the challenges, it will be worth it. But I don't want you to think it's something very easy. Over the years, I invested really my heart, my life, my time, a lot of things into it, and we made a lot of mistakes as well. We spent so much money and time and effort on training. So apart from the family day, which happens every other month, every year I fly to the Philippines. I take everybody into a hotel, corporate training, all that. So it's a lot of work, but I think it's all worth it. You know, look at the results now, how we can control cost. But actually, cost is not the only reason I decided to do a lot of things in-house. This is also the quality. Like with our planning, if we do externally, it's not possible. You know planning, how it's possible to do the whole pre-app thing within 3 months. You know, the drawings goes in within 1 week of offer being agreed. So I just think like it's a lot of work, but it's absolutely worth it.
So Xuan, we're going to sort of wrap things up, but before we do, what piece of advice could you give a new or an aspiring developer? What one piece of advice would you give?
From me personally is think bigger.
Yeah.
Because for me, I think the biggest disadvantage I had was limiting beliefs.
I agree with the whole limiting beliefs. Once you get out of that mindset, and then things really do start happening for you. So, no, it's been amazing.
It's not natural for me. I have to keep
Yeah.
pushing, keep learning. But that's a fun part.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, let's wrap it up there. Thank you very much. Thanks for. You're gonna hug it out. Okay. Thanks for showing us around your site. You've done amazing things. So like, it's long may it continue. Wow, what a story. Xuan Meng's story is nothing short of inspiring. I just love her can-do attitude. You know, coming to this country in 2010 and as a single parent, building up all of this is just amazing. So guys, that's the end of this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you at the next one.